Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Nibiru channel. March 6th, 2017. We've been talking a lot through my videos today about what's happening around the world and in our skies. One more subject I want to touch on is all of the worldwide flooding. It's happening right now. Whatever you're doing at this moment in time, there's a catastrophic flood wreaking havoc and killing people, displacing people, and injuring people all around the world. And once again, as I have said before, and I will say again, we've talked about earthquakes, volcanoes, comets, meteors, and asteroids. Now we're going to talk about flooding. Just in the course of the past month, we're going to see this devastation. A lot of you may not realize what is happening around the world. Maybe you only pay attention to what's happening in your neck of the woods. But Monday, March 6th, West Sumatra, Indonesia. Bad enough they have earthquakes. 6 killed by floods and landslides. March 6th, this past Monday. Floods and landslides cause havoc across the Andes in Peru. March 2nd. Here's a video of what is occurring. This is an entire mountainside right here. Let's go ahead and we'll play the video. The size of that rock is the size of a house. And it's very sad to see these people displaced like they are. A lot of these people have nothing to begin with, let alone to have all of this stripped away within an instant. Possibly your life. 246 people killed by floods in Zimbabwe. Friday, March 3rd, 2017. 246 people. Now this is definitely something that's very unusual. Blizzard warnings in Hawaii. 46 avalanches across Pakistan and floods unearth ancient lunar calendar in Iran. Thursday, March 2nd, 2017. Snow in Hawaii. Very interesting. There's a few other videos there. I'll leave a link to this, and you guys can go ahead and watch all the videos that are included in this presentation. It's an interesting story here, though. Mass extinction. The Vatican embraces science to battle immense threats to humanity. 3 dead, 19 missing following floods and landslides in North and Central Chile. Looks like Oroville. But, you know, folks, to these people, you know, this is devastating. Most of these areas are not as modern as we are in North America. It's a pretty incredible photograph. Naturally, going back to February 23rd, 2017, California drought continues to abate as flooding becomes the new crisis in California. And we all know what has occurred in Oroville. And there's more to come, ladies and gentlemen. There is more to come for that Central Valley Basin in the state of California. Next, floods leave 1 dead and 2,000 displaced in Colombia. 2 small villages wiped out. That was just February 24th, 2017. Thousands evacuated as San Jose, California hit by the worst floods in 100 years. Look at the devastation. They look like canals in that photograph. There's another short video showing residents being evacuated in the San Jose, California area. There's information here on a video of the Shasta Dam. They're probably going to have some big problems there as the snow melt comes down out of the Sierra Nevada mountains. Atmospheric river over Northern California threatens levees and Bay Area reservoir spills. Folks, look at this photograph. That's water. That is water. That looks like Niagara Falls. If I lived in this house right here, I'd be in extreme panic. This was a video put out by the California Highway Patrol. And this was part of Route Highway 50 in Sierra. The whole roadway just basically collapsed. We'll take a listen real quick.
Okay, Facebook, this is your next update for the closure and the lane failure at 50 at Bridalveil Falls. You can see the lane is completely collapsed now, and actually right as I was going live, part of the cliff just let go right next to me here, which was a little unnerving. So
yeah, that looks pretty devastating. That was in Placersville, California. The flooding has a page 2 to this presentation. Hectic floods close roads in areas of South Africa. That car is completely gone. There is another area of South Africa inundated by floods. And these look like very new homes, very large, possibly expensive. Now they are lakefront property. Record drought to record rain in 3 months. Many rivers in the Northern California area at or above flood stage. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this picture. Only once again, it's like a big lake. You know, if I'm not mistaken, this is farmland. Kind of looks like farmland. What condition will this land be when it comes time to plant crops? A lot of devastation around the world. Northern California braces for more flooding. Don Pedro Spillway opens for the first time in 20 years, Monday, February 20th. Ladies and gentlemen, these stories are just a blink of an eye in the past. Widespread flooding hits Indonesia's capital of Jakarta. That's pretty devastating. Information pertaining to the Oroville Dam, February 20th. The spillway completely damaged and destroyed. I feel that they downplayed the whole entire Oroville episode. It's not over. Fires, storms, and now snow. Question mark. More extreme weather hits New South Wales, Australia. I saw this article. I'll be honest with you, I started chuckling because I'm thinking to myself, wow, fires, then storms, and then snow. That's pretty extreme. Doesn't sound normal. I don't ever remember any time in my life ever hearing about all of these things that are occurring. Gale force winds, heavy rains, and flood warnings for central South Africa. That is a huge area of land under threat. February 20th, 2017. And this area of South Africa, they're going to get hit again within the next day or so. This monster, this huge cyclone, I think it's pretty close to a Category 5. 149 mile per hour winds. Ready to engulf the island country of Madagascar and then head directly into Africa, causing more devastation and flooding and possibly more death and destruction. Back to our article. Spain, flash floods hit a small town in Spain. 5 inches of rain in 6 hours. February 20th, 2017. This guy here in his car, he didn't have a chance. I hope he survived. Here is a video of what occurred in Spain. As you can see, that car right there is having a bad day. Let's just hope the individual was smart enough to get out of the vehicle and hopefully survive. More flood fears as California braces for another storm. This was going back February 19th. Where's the road? It looks like a lake. More flooding for the Bay Area. More photographs of fire and rescue personnel helping people. And this can probably go on and on. There are so many pages of this going on and on for the month of February. And we're only into the first week of March. And taking a look at this massive monster of a cyclone only makes me think and wonder what the hurricane season is going to be like for people who live in the Caribbean, Florida, the East Coast of the United States, the people that live in Cuba and Haiti and the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico, the people that live in the Gulf of Mexico region, Central America. If we're having these types of devastating storms now in the beginning of March, and we're not even in the hurricane season, what's going to come? That's the big question. We're seeing signs of major earth disturbances. Things that I've never seen in my life. Remember a few weeks ago we were talking about all of these earth fissures and cracks opening up around the globe. I just happened to stumble onto this story on the Weather Channel minutes ago. Big crater in Siberia growing bigger. I didn't hear anything about this until now. Look at the size of this crater, which is now turned into a fissure, and it's growing bigger and bigger. A little video here about it. They did a flyover, which was pretty incredible footage. Looking at it from this viewpoint, it is definitely scary. Big, gigantic sinkholes. I was reading a story about that sinkhole. It's almost like it goes straight through the earth. Half a mile, 280 feet deep. Climate change? I don't know, folks. I don't know. Definitely doesn't look like climate change to me. It looks like something is seriously disturbing the earth and literally just trying to pull it apart. Possibly even disturbing our planet as it sits on its axis. There is something big happening to our planet. These are just not small occurrences. Parts of Mother Nature, yes. But all of a sudden, it seems like Mother Nature's on steroids. Because I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. Have you? I'll leave a link to this information for the big crater in Siberia that's stretching open, and also all of the information on the flooding that occurred through the month of February and now leaking into March. What's next? We'll find out as the days and the weeks go by. This is Scott from the Nibiru channel. Thank you for watching.